my fucking god. Also, hi. Chapter 12. Dear God, Chapter 12. So Chapter 12 is only filled with two things. And it's two things that Norman excels at, especially in this part. It is entirely about pointless drama and explaining weird experiments that only Norman understands. See, I don't really have a lot of chances. I mean, I guess I do, but given they were overshadowed by everything else in this book, I don't really have a lot of chances to talk about this particular subject. So now that this is the subject of most of this chapter, we will discuss that. But first, let's start with the drama. So, when we last left our friend Theresa, she's making rain because she's a goddess now. She just has god power. She can just do that. There's really no way to ease into this, so I'm just gonna say it. North Korea tries to nuke the water tower that she's making rain with. I don't even know what to say. Like, okay. So, she's using the god powers to suck water out of the ocean to make rain. We touched on this, and we also pointed out that all of this would be, like, salty because this isn't going through a desalination process as the water cycle do. So, North Korea is under the impression that if they nuke the giant thing of water, the big spout shooting up into the air, this will cause all of the water that has been sucked up to fall, create a massive tsunami that would destroy the coastlines of, like, the US and Japan and China and, like, a whole bunch of other places, okay? So this is their brilliant plan. Except we have a couple problems with the brilliant plan, okay? One, there's absolutely no guarantee that you wouldn't just be shooting a missile into the ocean. That, like, nothing would happen, it wouldn't detonate, or even if it did, the only thing it would do is knock a bunch of water around. There's absolutely no guarantee that, you know, that's not what would just happen. There is a distinct point in this, the big drama that Norman puts in here, is that Theresa is desperately, I don't even know, some kind of, like, majorly afraid that Hal is going to get blown up. Alright? This whole thing about we have to get Hal out of there because Hal might be harmed or destroyed. Hal is a being of pure energy. A creature without physical form that can bend the laws of physics and space-time to its very needs. It can hasten or reduce processes and evolution in order to make whatever it inhabits, or whatever it chooses to inhabit, better or worse as it wants to. Why would you assume that A, missile would do anything to it, and B, it's not physically with you? That's kind of the whole point leading up to this, is that Hal has these powers and can, like, reach out and do things, but never really leaves the host. So are you saying that that's not true? Are you saying now that that's just, it does do that? Because I have several questions as to why you would think that. So, apparently that's what happened. Hal is the one specifically doing the whole water thing at Theresa's command, for reasons I don't understand, because they're not explained. And yeah, no, that's it. Yeah. I'm sure you're just as confused as I am. I don't have any answers. I can't give you any answers to explain anything. I can't make this clearer. I know it's incredibly frustrating, but I am incapable of clarifying this because there is fucking nothing to clarify it with. This has literally never even been spoken about. It just happened. Okay. Sure. And now we get to the second part of this. So, she's convinced that if the missile hits this big thing of water, Hal will, like, blow up. Except we have no reason to think Hal would blow up. And that all this water, all of it, every single bit, the things she's using to make rain, would just come crashing down and create this giant tsunami, right? Okay. So her way of fixing this is to... it's like something out of a fucking Bugs Bunny cartoon. Is the spout just stops, the missile goes through it, and then it turns back on again. And that's it. That's pretty much what happens. There's like... It causes a big splash, but nothing unbelievably terrible, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't even explain, like, if the missile goes off. It just kind of hits, and it's not really explained. So, from there on out, Theresa has this brilliant idea that she's going to just draw the water from the North Pole with these big rock formations around it, because that'll prevent tsunamis should anything hit it. Okay? Norman explains this for 2.5 pages. Okay? He explains every single minute detail about all of these things happening and how the world is like, oh my god, we have to send people out there because we don't know what's happening. We don't know what's happening. How could this be happening? It is not a secret that she has these powers. Okay? The world government knows this. Everyone in the world knows this. So there is absolutely no reason for her not to just say, this is what I'm going to do. Nobody freak out. And it'll be fine. But she doesn't do that. She just does things so that everybody's like scrambling jets and, oh god, we gotta go over here. The Air Force has to be here. And all these observation planes and these big ships and all this other stuff. And I think it's really just because... two things. One, Norman likes to build this artificial sense of, like, intensity. This fake sense of, like, excitement. Because all of this can be explained very simply, and there's really no reason to do it the way it's being done. Okay? That is absolutely unnecessary, but he's doing this in order to, like, amp up this kind of fake excitement. And two... to make Theresa seem like she's so much smarter than everybody else. So, that is basically the entire point of that. However, I really have to ask, with this omnipotent, unbelievable intellect she has, this unstoppable intelligence and all this other shit, how come she didn't think of that in the first place? Why didn't she think that North Korea would nuke the water spout? It's still a phrase that is just so stupid that I can't handle it. North Korea nuked the ocean. Oh my god. You know, I really hope the rest of the book starts to go into this level, because the first points of this were just stupid. It was just boring and stupid, and I really hope we're shifting into just straight up insanity. Like just the weirdest fucking shit needs to happen from now on. Because that will make me happy. That will make me very happy. I don't know if that's what we're gonna get, but I guess we'll find out in the next episode. Thank you everybody for watching, and a special thanks to my Moonfriendio Babbsy-kun for, well, being that. If you would like to donate to my Patreon, and maybe even join this tier, you can do that by going to, well, Patreon. And if you have your own story you'd like to send in, you can send it to r/Moonhorse Stories. And I also have a merch store if you'd like to buy something there. The links to all that and more are in the description down below. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye!